Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. David De Gea could be loaned out by Man United next season to make room in our goalkeeping department. De Gea is determined to fight for his future. David De Gea will hold talks with Solskjaer over his future after the Euros. ESPN said that De Gea is unsure on Solskjaer's final decision. David De Gea is determined to win his place back. He's not sulked since losing his spot to Dean Henderson. Now, De Gea has been a long servant at Manchester United. He's endured 10 years at the club. A few years ago, he was regarded as the best goalkeeper in the world. David De Gea has won everything domestically at the football club, and he's made over 500 appearances in all competitions, and he was our number one goalkeeper for such a long time. I reckon De Gea's had around 8 good years out of the 10 years he's been with us, because in the last couple of years he has been a liability, reflecting on the mistakes he's made. De Gea has like 2 years left on his current contract, and he's on £375,000 a week. There's a very, very good chance that De Gea will go back to Spain. Main reasons is because De Gea was born in Spain. He began his footballing career in Spain. His relatives are from Spain. His girlfriend's from Spain. And back in 2015, he was very close to joining Real Madrid. But due to a fax machine, his move didn't materialise. If we'd sold De Gea, I reckon we'd get from between 40 to 50 million pounds. Now, I want to give you some more news on Eduardo Camavinga. So, Man United prepare a bid for Camavinga. Man United are in a transfer battle for Camavinga. Fabrizio Romano did say that Man United progress in direct contact for Camavinga. Rennes are open to selling him for around £25 million. Rennes are prepared to cash in on him rather than risk losing him on a free next year. The Rennes sporting director not so long ago gave us an update. He said Rennes have been in discussions with other clubs over a potential transfer for Camavinga. And the player spoke about Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Camavinga has made around 82 appearances for Rennes. He made his debut at the age of 16. He's been in Rennes' senior squad since like 2018, and he's been at Rennes since 2013. Man United have already made contact with Camavinga's representatives. Before Jadon Sancho to Man United was a done deal, he said that Man United were ready to make a move for Camavinga once we completed the signing of Jadon Sancho. He's only young, he's only 18. He's been capped by France 3 times. You know the news on Rafael Varane from Real Madrid. There's a very good chance he's going to be our third signing of this summer transfer window. Rafael Varane is very close to signing for Man United. Real Madrid could accept a £42 million bid. Rafael Varane has given his word to Man United that he wants to join. AS said yesterday that Man United are in advanced talks to sign Rafael Varane. Said Man United are set to offer £50 million, and Man United have offered Varane a contract worth €12 million a year. That equates to around £10 million in pounds sterling. Varane has agreed personal terms with Man United. He said he wants his move sorted within the next 2 weeks. Real Madrid offered Varane a renewal contract offer, but Varane rejected it. And Real Madrid gave Rafael Varane's agent approval to hold talks with Man United. It says Chelsea have been looking to hijack our move for Varane. PSG have been in for him, but Romano did mention that it's impossible for him to go to PSG because PSG have just got Sergio Ramos. And Romano did mention that Varane is open to the idea of joining Man United because it's unlikely he'll extend his time in Real Madrid, and he mentioned that the personal terms are an issue. But Romano said that Man United have made contact with Real Madrid for Varane. He said there's been no official bid as yet. But I think Romano believes it's going to happen. We went in for Varane back in 2011 under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced. He's got a great pedigree as a player. He's won 18 major honours with Real Madrid. And he's been long-serving player at Real Madrid. He's been with them over 10 years now. He's made 360 appearances in all competitions. His current contract at Real Madrid expires next year. Real Madrid got Varane from Lens back in 2011. Solskjaer's made it clear that he wants 2 more signings after Varane. So far, Man United have made 2 signings in this summer transfer window. Obviously, we brought Tom Heaton in on a free transfer from Aston Villa. Tom Heaton's already completed his medical. He's signed a contract with Man United until 2023. There's an option of a further year. Tom Heaton is obviously the replacement for Sergio Romero. We released Sergio Romero not so long ago. And obviously, we signed Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. Man United have paid £73 million. Obviously, there's £5 million in add-ons. Sancho's agreed a 5-year contract with Man United with an option of a further year. Sancho is set to earn around £250,000 a week at Man United. Sancho will be wearing the number 7 shirt and he will undergo his medical with Man United after the Euros. But I think we've done well so far in this summer transfer window, and I did say I'm expecting Man United to enjoy a good summer transfer window because I am convinced that Solskjaer's going to get all the players he wants to recommend in. And it's about time Solskjaer got the backing he deserves because he wasn't backed enough for such a long time. Obviously, our board said they'll back Solskjaer with summer signings, plus a new 3-year contract, despite the Europa League final loss to Villarreal last season. And Solskjaer had been given a 150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players. But Solskjaer, not so long ago, mentioned that he wants to strengthen up in 4 positions, and he already decided on his transfer targets. This summer transfer window is Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. If we can get Varane on the board and get someone else in as well, I'm convinced we can win the Premier League title next season. Solskjaer wants to win the Premier League title next season. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago. Next season is a massive season for Solskjaer, and he is aware of that. Next season, I'd say Solskjaer's got to win a trophy if he is to remain Man United manager. Solskjaer's not yet won a trophy at Man United, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, which is 4 years ago now, and that's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Next season will be Solskjaer's 3rd full season at Man United, because so far he's endured 2 full seasons. Solskjaer has been in charge of Manchester United for almost 31 months, which is over 2 years. I'm surprised Solskjaer is still Manchester United manager. With us obviously losing the Europa League final to Villarreal last season. But the reason Solskjaer is still Manchester United manager is because he's a club legend. That's what's basically saved him. Disregarding being a club legend, I can assure he wouldn't have been Manchester United manager now, because we have endured very bad periods under Ole where he has been very, very close to getting sacked. Solskjaer has under a year left on the current 3-year contract he signed when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. To be honest with you, it's a mistake giving Solskjaer this new contract, because I can assure he won't see it out. There is United fans that are Ole in, and I'm one of them. I think he does deserve at least next season, but there's also United fans that are Ole out, especially with the loss to Villarreal in the Europa League final last season. But like I say, I think he does deserve more time. I think Ole is our best manager since Ferguson, despite me criticising him a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United. Solskjaer hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager. Before he was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. He enjoyed 2 spells at Molde. And before Molde, he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was absolutely disastrous. Don't forget, Ole managed the Man United reserve team for a couple of years, so he watched some of the team grow and develop. But yeah, I do have my concerns about Ole, but there's also things I've got to credit Solskjaer for as well. I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done. So in that aspect, I am shocked. You've got to turn around and say he's done a good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager. Solskjaer knew he had a lot to do when he got appointed in, and he knew it was going to be a massive job, despite knowing the culture of the club. I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. When he got appointed in as Man United manager, he assured everybody would get their chances to express themselves, including the young players. And more or less everybody has been given their chances. I think we've enjoyed very good periods under Ollie where we've seen consistency. I think he has made good signings as Man United manager. He hasn't got all the players though yet that he wants to recommend in. But I think, like I said earlier on, I think he's going to get the players he wants in this summer transfer window. Solskjaer has spent over 300 million now. In the summer of 2019, brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January 2020, brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odi Ighalo in on loan. We'll let Ighalo go in January. In the summer of 2020, he brought Donny van der Beek in, Edison Cavani, Alex Telles, Amad Diallo, Traore and Facundo Palestri. We'll loan Palestri out in January. Last summer we got 4 of those players on deadline day, and in this summer transfer window so far we brought Tom Eaton in and Jadon Sancho. So Solskjaer must have brought a good 14-15 players in now. He's also got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he's come in, and he knew he had to do that. In Solskjaer's first full season, got us to 3 semi-finals, got us a 3rd place finish. In his second full season, got us to the Europa League final, got us to the EFL Cup semi-final, the FA Cup quarter-final, got us a 2nd place finish last season, and last season went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League, so that is a record. So they are the positives. But you know, when we have been inconsistent, not all of the blame has stemmed from Solskjaer. Obviously, he's accountable for certain things, but obviously there's certain players as well that I'd have to take responsibility. Like I said, the Glazers, they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time because the Glazers have put us in so much debt. The Glazers have been at Manchester United for 16 years. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. A lot of United fans have been demanding the Glazers out. A lot of United fans were protesting against the Glazers towards the end of last season. But I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. Don't forget Joe Glazer, who's a member of the Glazer family. He told Manchester United supporters that Solskjaer will get the funds that are available. And he attended a fans forum on the 4th of June, which was last month. His first attendance in 15-16 years. Woodward, he's been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. We know that he's resigning at the end of the year because it got announced earlier on this year. Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. Man United are going to offload players in this summer transfer window. I'm expecting us to offload Anthony Martial. Donny van der Beek, there's a good chance that we're going to offload him. Van der Beek has only endured 1 full season at Man United, but quite clearly he's unhappy. Van der Beek has made 36 appearances for Man United in all competitions. Most of them appearances came from the bench. I think Van der Beek started, 4 games in the league last season. It actually said that Real Madrid want Donny van der Beek on loan as part of the Varane deal. Inter Milan have been interested in Van der Beek, getting him out on loan. A few weeks ago it said that Van der Beek wanted to go to Barcelona to end his Man United misery, and Arsenal made contact with Man United over the future of Van der Beek. Arsenal and Man United have done business before, and Arsenal are in search for a central midfielder. But I think Van der Beek wants to remain in the Premier League if he's to leave us. You know, we got Van der Beek in a deal worth 40 million for Ajax last year. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025 and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Before the Euros, it said Van der Beek was set for showdown talks with Solskjaer over his future. And he got ruled out of the Euros through injury. I think we want around £25 million to offload Van der Beek. I think there's a chance we'll offload Matic in this summer transfer window. I've always had my strong reservations about Matic because he's always been a slow player. Plus he's ageing up, and analysing the vast majority of his games at Man United, he's been inconsistent. And he's not one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, Matic still seems to get his opportunities. Before the start of last season, he signed a new 3-year contract. Matic has been at the club over 4 years. We got him in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. We could offload Paul Pogba in this summer transfer window, but I'm very sceptical about it. I'm pretty confident that he will remain at Man United for next season. Now, Fabrizio Romano did recently say that PSG are interested in Paul Pogba, and PSG have made contact with Paul Pogba's representatives over a summer transfer. The other week, Mino Raiola held talks with PSG's president, but PSG have stepped up their interest and want to partner Pogba with Wijnaldum in their midfield. And Kim Pembe said the other week that Pogba would be welcome to PSG. Real Madrid have also been linked with Pogba. Juventus, what's Paul Pogba's former club, you know, they've been linked with him. Pogba enjoyed 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined us. Barcelona and Inter Milan have also been in for him before. So Paul Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. But I think Pogba will be happy to stay at Man United, providing that the club matches ambitions. I thought Pogba enjoyed a very good tournament at the Euros for France. Don't forget, scored a very good goal against Switzerland. He recently had a fallout with Adrian Rabiot. Now, Sky Sports News said not so long ago that Man United were in ongoing talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract, and it did mention that we want to make Pogba the Premier League's highest paid player with a new 5-year contract worth 104 million. Pogba's current contract expires next year, because last season we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract. We fear losing Pogba on a free transfer. But Solskjaer came out and said he's hopeful Pogba will stay and sign a new contract because he's an imperative player. You know, Pogba does bring creativity to the team. His performances were very good towards the end of last season. As it stands at the moment, he's our most expensive signing because we paid £89 million for him. He's endured 5 seasons at the club since he rejoined. Pogba's won 3 trophies at Man United so far. That's the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield. I think we want around 72 million if we are to sell Pogba in this summer transfer window. Last season, Mino Raiola, who's Pogba's agent, he did a lot of talking. Looks like Man United are going to be loaning Brandon Williams out. TalkSport did say that Brandon Williams is close to joining Southampton on loan. It's the right decision to loan Brandon Williams out, obviously, to gain more experience and to get a lot more opportunities, because Brandon Williams seldom plays for us. He's our 3rd choice left back. He only made 14 appearances last season. I think he only made 5 starts out of them 14 appearances. But the season before last season, Brandon Williams got a lot of game time. He made like 36 appearances. But there again, that's only because Luke Shaw had a couple of periods out with injury. Williams is under contract with Man United until 2024. Phil Jones, I'm expecting us to offload him in this summer transfer window. Axel Tuanzebe, looks like he's going. I think Villa are in for him. I think Diego Dalot's leaving. You know, he was out on loan with AC Milan. I think we were looking to get rid of Andres Pereira permanently. He was out on loan with Lazio. You know, De Gea could possibly leave. I think we could also offload Daniel James. But yeah, the players we do offload in this summer transfer window will generate money, of course. So there you go. Solskjaer, as you all know, is our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson. The 3 managers we've sacked since Ferguson was David Moyes, we sacked Louis van Gaal, and we sacked Jose Mourinho. And we're not even really known as a sacking football club. But in the last 8 years or so, Man United have been playing catch-up. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.